Hello, my friends. Now that we know how to draw our letters, both with the regular strokes where it's a nice thick down and a thin up and a thick down for this A, or our monoline where it's always the same, we can combine these ideas to create many, many styles of letters. To combine them, we're going to start with the monoline. So I've drawn various styles or shapes of my monoline A. And then I'm going to create faux calligraphy by making the thick downstroke after I've done the monoline. So I'm going to use a different color. So I drew those in a pink, and I'm going to use purple to show you where the stroke is going to go. So it's still the thick downstroke that comes around on the A. So I'm going to basically outline that here. And then it would also be the thick downstroke. That goes down that side too. Okay, since I'm drawing the thick stroke separately, I can make it any width I want. Right? So I can make it really big, and by width I mean the distance between the original pink stroke and the stroke I'm drawing. And if I make it that big there, I want to also make it the same size over here. And I can make it very thin. I could even make it straight. Like that. And that looks kind of strange when it's in two colors. So I will do them all in one color. And so here's the same basic thing with one color. Then you fill in the downstroke area. And by filling it in, you can create many different styles of the same letter just by using the simple techniques that you already know. You know you want your downstrokes thick and your upstrokes thin, so you just fill in the downstroke area. When a letter has more than one stroke, make sure that the strokes match. So here, this thickness matches that thickness. And this one, they're both thicker. And this one, they're both thinner. And that one, they're both straight. If you have a letter like I, it's only one stroke, so just fill it in however you want and make the dot match. If you're doing two letters together, then they should also match each other. So if we want to do the A and the I, then the downstrokes of the A also match the downstroke of the I. And when it's filled in, it should be nice and uniform. Since faux means fake, we're faking the calligraphy if it's faux calligraphy. And if we're faking it, we can kind of make up how we do it as we go along. So there's not exactly rules, but there's suggestions. So you can see on the A, I filled in on the right-hand side of the existing stroke, or what we call the inside of the letter. So if we go to all of our other letters, we'll see that for many, this works just fine. For the I can fill in on the right-hand side or the inside. The same for the T, and the L, the J, and the F. Now, I wrote a second F here because actually it's also possible to fill in on this side of the F, which I'm going to draw in. Like that. Okay, so either one will work. It gives you a different shape letter when you're done. So it's kind of up to you and up to where the letter is, the letters that are around it, and things like that, which one might work better. So those are the straight letters. For the branching letters, it usually works better to go on the left side. So for the N, they'll go here, because then the inside of the letter is the left as well. For the rest of our branching letters, the M, H, B, K, R, and P, it's also on the left side because that corresponds more with the inside of the N, the inside of the M, the inside of the R, so forth. So the K, remember, has this extra piece in the middle, so it is also a downstroke, so it gets a little bit in there. The R has a tiny downstroke on the loop, which if you made the loop bigger, you could actually see it like that. And then you would color those in. Okay, for the reverse branching letters, like the U's and the A's, we've already seen, so the inside is going to be on the right-hand side of the stroke. So the reverse branching letters U, A, Y, G, and D all have the added downstroke line on the right-hand side. On the D, I got a little messy, but what's really nice about this is since you're filling it in, being messy doesn't really matter. You would just go back and probably fill the whole thing with the other color, but make it solid, and then it covers up any mistakes you're making. The oval letters are similar to the reverse branching letters, so it's going to be on the right-hand side on the downstroke. Oops, I'll just fill that one in. And then the O also has this little piece here. So the O, C, and E all fill in on the inside, and then the diagonal letters also fill in on the right side. So the V would be, the downstroke would be there, and the V also has a loop, so the down part of the loop is there. All right, and there's all of them. I forgot the Q and the S, so the S also has a loop, so you do the downward part of the loop, it becomes thicker too. And when you do them all in one color, with both the original monoline and then the added line for the downstroke, and fill them in, they'll look very much like this. Remember, your downstrokes are always in the same place they were originally. Your upstrokes are always thin, so you're only thickening the downstroke. And remember, when you're finished, to put the date and add these to your collection.